Hi everyone, this is June Blender from SAPIEN Technologies, and I'm here to demonstrate Rewind, a feature of PowerShell Studio you might have missed, but one that can save you hours of time and trouble. Rewind restores a script to the state that it was in when you first opened the file in this session of PowerShell Studio. No matter how many times you've saved, or even closed and reopened the file. So here's the scenario. You have a script that you like and you use pretty often, and then one day you decide that you want to do something new, so you jump in and start to edit. Maybe you're thinking of a different coding strategy, or you want to handle a condition that you didn't handle before. So you just jump in there, let's get rid of this little function and replace it with something else. I know I've done this. And then at some point you save. You might even close and reopen the file. And then at some point you realize that you've gone down the wrong path. Either the coding strategy doesn't work, or the condition really can't happen, or even more likely, you've thought of an even simpler way to handle the same thing. But by that time, that perfect original script is long gone, and you've saved or closed and opened too many times for a simple undo to save you. And that's where Rewind comes in. From the Home tab, click Tools and then click Rewind. At the prompt, click Yes. And your script is restored to the state that it was in when you first opened it in this session of PowerShell Studio, no matter how many times you've saved or opened and closed in between. The rewind point is created when you start PowerShell Studio, open the file, and make that first edit. PowerShell Studio saves the initial state of the script, not the edit, in a temporary file. You can see it here. It's a hidden file in the same directory as the script. The rewind point is specific to each script or any other type of file, a PSD1, a PSM1, anything you open in PowerShell Studio. And you can also see that it's temporary. This file stays on the file system only as long as PowerShell Studio is opened. And when you close it, this temporary file, this rewind point, is gone. Now, the rewind point is not a substitute for source control or version control, both of which I strongly recommend, but it's a great safety net, and knowing that I can rewind makes me a bit bolder, a bit more imaginative, because I know that I can easily snap back to my original without even invoking my source control. Well, here's a related feature. Let's go to the Tools menu. And this is Create. It creates a restore point. So let's say that I've added some code to my file, and I like the way it looks. I'm pretty happy with it. And I want to do some experimenting. So I go up here to the Tools menu, and I click Create. It creates a permanent file that saves the state of that script. Here's my restore point and my rewind point. You can create only one restore point for each file, but that restore point is permanent. It stays on the file system even if you close PowerShell Studio. So if I were to delete this or make other changes, even saving, opening, and closing the file, at any time during any session of PowerShell Studio, when working with this file, I can go to Tools, and this time I click Restore, At the prompt, click yes, and my file is restored to the state that it was in when I created that restore point. So you have rewind, create, and restore. They're not source control, but they're great in an emergency. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. Thanks for listening.